are MVP. Which, honestly, it's good. I mean, this game's writing is already really fucking good. I mean, it's already on a whole nother level. But one thing that's really great about when you're writing a story, and you don't see it done too much anymore, and even a TV show or a movie, is your secondary characters. They have to be interesting. They have to have their own little quirks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You have to get a sense that even if you don't know if you don't know all about them, even though they don't get a lot of screen time or page time, whatever it is that you're indulging in, but you have to get a sense of that your secondary characters are doing stuff. That something's going on in their lives. It can't be flat cardboard. And Fade is like that. Like, he's a good example of that, because he's kind of like an unsung hero in this game. He does a lot of shit just to maneuver, just to put your guys in a position to destroy this orb and stop these stop this guild's plan, this new guild's plan. He does all that stuff, and that, for me, that's the sign of good writing. Like, when you have, you know, when you have your characters that are out of the spotlight, but they're doing just as big a part, you know? It's not just the one guy and he just, you know, takes care of everything. Which, that can work too. It can work too, I'm not saying it can't, but for me, most of the time I like when the supporting cast, like when you're reading a book and you want to know more about everybody. You don't just want to follow the two people. You know, you don't just want to follow the main antagonist, protagonist and the antagonist, or the ragtag group. You know, when a fantasy book is like, damn, I want to know more about the innkeeper. You know what I mean? Like the shopkeeper in this game. I think his name is Bartley. It's like, I want to know more about Bartley. You know, Bartley's got a cool persona. You know, like, I've memorized his lines and everything, because all his lines are memorable. And that's what I mean. Like, that's what it takes to have good, solid writing chops. You know, you want to tell your whole story in your script, okay, but what about all the characters in your story? You know, how can you give them all some nuance, some flavor? And they did it right with this game. And Dark Alliance 2, hopefully we get it. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot, because I didn't get to play Dark Alliance 2 too much. I got to play Baldur's Gate. I still have my PlayStation 2 copy, but I never got to play Dark Alliance 2 all the way through. I just kind of borrowed it, and then by the time I got around to buying it as an adult, it was already hard to find. And it still is. It's like $60, $70. It's up there. It's pricey. Oh, I haven't seen Tombstone. I need to. Because I've heard some amazing things about it. But yeah, you have, you know, it's good. That's how you build a fan base, you know, because then you have people, when your supporting characters are really good, it's adds all these dimensions. So you're gonna have people that just like the supporting characters. You know, you're gonna have people that are like, Superman's awesome, and you're gonna have other people who are gonna say, yeah, but Lois Lane, you know, she does a lot too. You know, Jimmy Olsen, okay, he's had his moments. You're gonna have those types of people, and that adds more flavor to the whole conversation and to the fandom in general. And in a business sense, you know, I would think that would, you know, make your business boom a little bit more, because you have more depth to it. And a lot of movies now, And I hate to say it, but a lot of books that I've been reading, fantasy books, they're getting cookie cutter. So there we go. Have to be close to the urn room already. Shit. This is a killing zone. Fucking arrows. I can't move without an arrow hitting me. Fuck. Yeah, it's fucking... that room is stacked. And that's the thing I was saying about the crypts. It's not as long as I remember it when I used to play it. It's actually not that long of an area. It's about 2 levels. The 3rd level is very short because that's where the boss is, right? But there's so many enemies in these rooms that it can feel endless, right? I guess that's appropriate. You're dealing with the undead, right? Hordes of undead. It's gonna feel endless. It should. But still, it just kind of... it gives that illusion that it just goes on, and you're like, holy shit, these undead just keep fucking coming. The great thing that I will say about it though is that, and I think it's fucking amazing, is that all the enemies are super varied. Even though technically it's just 2 types. But they have enough attacks, they have enough different animations, you know, like the zombies, their limbs fall off. This guy right here, he'll break in half and claw after you. When they fall, they have like 3 or 4 different fall animations. The zombies crumple into dust, into a pile of bones. Like they put a lot of attention into the variety. You know, a lot of attention to detail that you don't see in modern games. You know, modern games, I've played like AAA games that you pop in and the same mob of enemies that you're fighting, they all generically fall exactly the same way. And as you progress later, all that they are, the elite enemies of that mob, are just a different shade. And that's it. And they consider that variety. They fall the same way, they have the same 2 attacks, and it's like... you know, and here's Baldur's Gate 20 years ago. Here's Baldur's Gate 20 years ago, and it has more variety, more nuance than today's games. I don't know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe Ipswich's brother's his brother's medallion is on this level. I don't know. This part's gonna be difficult because all these guys have a... they're all the same type. They'll have that quick swipe. So you can get bursted down really quickly if your positioning is sloppy, which mine is most of the time. Alright, there we go. Yeah, AAA games are getting worse and worse. I saw an article where the guys from, well, I'm not going to say specifically because I could be wrong, but the point of the article was a game developer, and what they were saying is that they don't necessarily want games to have genres anymore. They don't want games to have genres anymore. They want all games to have a little bit of everything. And what I mean by that is, like, think of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is, I don't like Assassin's Creed. Let me say that. So I don't want to insult anybody. I don't like Assassin's Creed. I get the appeal of it, but it's not for me. Assassin's Creed has a little bit of everything. It has a little bit of stealth, a little bit of action, a little bit of RPG, a little bit of story. What else does it have? A little bit of grinding, a little bit of collectability. It's, you know, just a mix of everything. And it doesn't have depth, to me, in my opinion. It doesn't have depth in any of them, really. But it has enough of everything so that it has a large appeal, because a lot of people, you know, you just want to dabble your feet in something, so you pop in Assassin's Creed and you play it for a little while, and you engage with whatever part of the game you want to engage with. That's the key thing. So if you want to level up your character's armor or whatever, you do that. If you want to do some stealth, if you want to go on a killing spree, if you want to do like an escort type, you know, like a spy mission, Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed has that, right? So that's kind of what they were saying in the article. They want games to be like that. They don't want RPG, traditional RPG. They don't want horror, traditional horror. They want action horror. You know, look at Resident Evil, what it used to be. Which, if you're catching this on YouTube, my Resident Evil Let's Play will be getting uploaded on there pretty soon, or it should be on there. If it's already on there, check it out. It's awesome. It's Resident Evil 1. It's retro. It's the best Resident Evil, easily. And if you're catching this on Twitch, again, consider checking out my Resident Evil. I'm probably gonna do Code Veronica on that. So just keep an eye out for my horror gameplay stuff. But yeah, they don't really want horror games, quote unquote. They want horror action. And that's kind of what Capcom did with Resident Evil. And that's kind of where they're going now. It's pretty shocking article. I wish I knew the name. I would tell you guys where to find it, but I don't remember. I just remember the developer. It was a pretty big deal because the developer caught my attention. Yeah, indie games. I think it's, if I have to say, like for me personally, I think indie games are the future. And I think you could have said that statement 5 years ago. Like, I don't think that's a groundbreaking thing. I think the future is going to be, you know, small studios, driven by passionate people. That's what Baldur's Gate is. That's what makes Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance so good. It was, you know, it's 20 years ago. It's when people were making games because they were passionate about them. You know, these animations that I'm talking about with these enemies, these guys had to have been passionate because they could have stopped. They could have said, okay, one death animation, one attack animation. You know, let's make them all skeletons. Why do we want to animate zombies? You know, his arm rips off, his head falls off, the torso splits in half. Let's just have one thing happen and that's it. You know, why did they do all that? Because they're passionate. You know, the people who were behind this were passionate developers. And that's what indie games are going to be. You know, not all of them. You're going to have guys who are in it for the money. And they're going to be, and it's going to show. But For the most part, people that do indie games are, you know, they give a shit. And that's the thing, when you don't give a shit, you can tell. Okay, we got his medallion. We got to bring it back to his brother. Surprise him, because he's going to be like, what? Okay, I think I'm just going to leave. Well, I don't know. I might be able to get another level up if I kill all these guys. I'm going to try. Like, I might actually get another level up before the orb. Maybe. I don't know. See, like, I'm bashing this zombie, the arms have come off, the head's come off, it's still running around. He's falling down and he's like twitching into a pose, a death pose there. It's attention to detail, and it's fucking passion. They fucking care about their game when they're making it. Now it's just, you know, it's very soulless. The industry's very soulless. For the most part. I'm not, you know, you still have some, but... There we go. A group of jabronis with a dream. Yeah. Yeah, and they're gonna be successful. I mean, their time will come. You know, we're gonna jump forward to the point where an indie developer is gonna be able to make 360, you know, PS3 and 360 type games on the budget. You know, we're gonna get to that point where the graphics, where most people are gonna realize that the graphics aren't important. You know, because right now we still have, you know, there's a large fraction of people that make their decisions based on how a game looks. You know, that's their, you know, their visuals matter that much to them. But we're gonna get to a point where you know, the improvements in graphics are only gonna get so far. So when we get to that point, it's gonna allow smaller developers to really thrive, because they'll be able to make stuff with PS3, which I would say PS3, right? That's right around the corner. PS3 and Xbox 360, and the graphics are gonna be just good enough that people aren't gonna immediately balk at them. And then what's gonna win them over is the gameplay, the actual game, because it's people with, you know, it's people that have a dream, they have a vision. So right now it's still kind of difficult because, you know, in a lot of indie developers, you know, they have to settle for 2D animation, which I don't have a problem with 2D animation at all. You know, I don't care about, I'm not a graphics, I don't give a shit about graphics. That doesn't, surface level stuff is, you know, it can definitely help a game, for sure. And some games are, you can build off the back of them looking good. You know, like, I don't know, for example, off the top of my head, if you have a really good first-person shooting game and it's a post-apocalyptic zombie game, and it's really good looking, that can give it the edge over something else. Just because it's so realistic looking, like if it pulls you into the apocalypse, you know, for some people, making it look really well is all that it takes to pull them into that feeling of the apocalypse. For other people, it's the mechanics, it's having to scavenge for supplies and the different routes to achieve your objective, and you know, different things like that. But once the developers get access to those graphics where they're kind of decent, you know, it's going to level the playing field out. And it's gonna be like, yeah, your game looks a lot better than mine, I guess. But who cares? You know, we're gonna get to that point where it's gonna be like, well, who really cares about that? Oh, Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, I love Darkest Dungeon. I'm terrible at Darkest Dungeon, but I love Darkest Dungeon. I'm always checking and waiting for news on part 2, because part 2 has what they did kind of what they did kind of reveal about it. About part 2 is kind of alluding to a Lovecraft kind of Mountains of Madness kind of aesthetic to it, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite kind of setting. So I'm really eager for anything about part 2. I'm hoping that, you know, even if it's probably going to be on PC first, and you know, everyone else is going to have to wait, but I just want to see it. I want it to be out there. So, but yeah, Darkest Dungeon is a great game made by a couple of guys. I watched their hour conference that they had. There's an hour video where they talk about, the guys go through and they talk about, man, look at this. Hail of arrows. Okay, at least we're at the urns, where the urns are at.
What are you looking for?
But yeah, the Darkest Dungeon guys, they have like a press conference, a gaming presentation where they spoke for an hour about how they came about the game and how they made it and everything. And the thing that you take away from it is that they really care. They give a shit. Like that was it. That's the factor. The do you give a shit factor. You know, yes or no?
You need something to split someone's skull or a head.
This isn't the place for that.
Okay, let's give Ipswich his brother's
friend,
medallion.
It's good to see a new face in the elf song. Please have a seat, share a drink. My name's Ipswich. Ah, sad tale, friend. My heart goes out to you. It seems Baldur's Gate has not been treating its visitors well of late. I too am a stranger here.
This guy's whole dialogue too is, again, spot on. The writing is so good. The character, the way he talks, the way his line, the voice actor.
Well, I came to pay my respects at the shrine
right out of
suffering,
fantasy.
the local temple
You know,
run by
it's
the priests of Ilmater.
classic Dungeons and Dragons fantasy. It's so good.
But I came to find the temple sealed, and no one answered my summons. I had a terrible feeling that something was wrong inside, but I did not know what. My brother's bones lie within the crypts beneath the shrine. I'd hoped to pay my respects at his grave and take back with me his medallion that had been buried with him. It was always his intention that it be passed on through our family, and now that I have a little one of my own, I wish my child to have the medallion. But now I do not know what to do, so I sit here, drink, and wait for the shrine to awake.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if it was my brother, he couldn't get in, he'd break in. And I do the same thing. You know, because he wants the medallion to pass on to his son. You know, his brother's medallion, he wants to pass it on to his son. So, hey, there's nobody there. I'm on business. I gotta go. That's what he says. Even though he sits down at the tavern to have a few beers, but maybe he's on a time crunch. I'd be like, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, man. You know.
Why? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, thank you, friend. Thank you. I feared I would have to leave Baldur's Gate without it. Oh, thank you. Please, friend, you must accept this in gratitude for your kind act. It aided me on my travels, and perhaps it can help you now, as you have helped me.
Awesome. Oh, I think he gives me the Mace of Disruption. Oh, it's a light Mace of Disruption. Okay, I don't want that. Fortunately, the damage isn't there. I love disruption weapons too because
if quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no
you know
farther.
that you whenever you crit, you disintegrate. So that's pretty badass. A critical hit is instant kill, pretty much.
I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
Although I think disruption chance lowers, this is just a guess, but I think it lowers your rate of critting because otherwise it would be busted. You know, if you could just every time you crit you disintegrate. Well, you do that, but I think that disruption lowers your crit a little bit so that it's not going off all the time. But it's still great. I mean, you bring in potentially a one-hit kill weapon to a difficulty level where everything's a meat shield pretty much. I can barely survive this storm of arrows. Try to fight back with my own bow. Somehow I feel like that's not going to cut it, though. Oh no, that's not going to cut it. I'm not going to waste my time with that. Oh my god, this is insane. Look at this shit. Ridiculous. And they're all bunched up together. They're fucking concentrated their firepower. It's just like walking against it was like trying to run up on a square formation back in the day. That's just maximum firepower stacked on top of each other. Good lord. Gotta take some of the guys out on the flanks and the edges. Yeah. I better not die here. I'm gonna go for it. Definitely not worth it at all. Probably threw away so many potions doing this part. How do we do? We only have 7. We had like 30. I had like 30. I think I had 35 again. Went all the way down to 7 again. Damn, the attrition. The attrition is real. Okay, push these damn things in place. There we go. Ooh, that's cool. I never noticed that. I never noticed that if you turn the camera. I would always hit square right away. But look, if you turn the camera and you look down there, it's not just an empty pit like you see in some games where they don't bother animating it. You can see the torch on the staircase going down, wrapping around. Yeah, it's cool. I'm telling you, little details like that. Games from this time were littered with them, and Baldur's Gate is like head and shoulders above a lot of them. this is one of the earliest action RPGs that you could get on the PlayStation, outside of like the Gauntlet series, which was already around for a while. But Baldur's Gate was like the premier game, and then after this we got we got Dark Alliance 2, we got Champions of Norath, we got Return to Arms, we got Hunter the Reckoning. Okay. Let's see. I think I am gonna have to go back though. That's fortunate. Oh, this part I hate because they come out of the ground, so you don't really see how many. You can't really see how many enemies are in the room until you start moving around in it. They start just popping out of the ground spontaneously. Heal. Ooh. Got up again, okay. That was a little bit risky. I didn't have any health and I just stayed right in front of them and kept trading. Okay. Ah, there's nothing in there but another one. Should have avoided it. Just gonna try to get this level up here, and then I'm just gonna make a beeline right for the boss. Because I think this section is really wearing me down with attrition. Like that room with all the arrows, all the archers up there. That set me back big time. Because I didn't move forward. I spent money on 35 potions and I used all of them, and all I did was move into the next room. So I can't afford to do that. You know, because this game doesn't have like a what is it called? There's a word for newer games right now. They have like this hidden safety net where when you're low on potions and you kill something, it'll give you potions. If you need bullets and you kill something, it'll give you bullets because you need bullets. Like, this game is old school. This game is just like, you're gonna get what you get. It's gonna be fucking random. And if you're out of gold and you can't progress anymore because you can't buy healing, time to start over the run. You know? It's time to start over. So that's what I mean about hitting the wall. In this game has a wall that you hit. And it's entirely skill-based. It's entirely up to the player. Now, I'm not saying it's high skill-based. I'm not saying, oh, this is like, you know, this is a game for elite players. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the skill, you know, the determination is player skill. The better of a player that you are, the less you're going to be hit. You know? The less potions you're going to use, the more money you're going to have. You know, basic. But there's no safety net like in the newer games. There's the loot isn't rigged to just keep you going, to help you keep going. So just because I'm low on potions, that doesn't mean that I can expect to get potion drops. You know, it doesn't work like that. What is that? Full plate helm. 16 armor. Beautiful. mean, it looks a little weird on me, but it looks a little weird on my character. But it goes well with the rest of the ensemble. Especially the boots. I like the boots. Still missing a lot of my attacks too. I like the first part where I was trying to kill those damn rats and I just couldn't. That was the worst. It's manageable, you know, we're getting to the point where this run is manageable. But I haven't even reached the difficult parts of this game yet, you know. That's the stuff that worries me. I haven't reached my personal parts with the game where I'm just very bad at. And I don't know if I can overcome that. I'm a little worried. Okay, let's see. Regeneration, Constitution. I guess I gotta keep the Constitution. Okay, almost got another level up. Once I get that, like I said, I'm just gonna make a beeline for the boss. I would at least like to attempt it tonight. The orb. Okay, what time am I at? Yeah, I've still got a nice half hour, so I should be able to get to it and attempt it. I need to kill at least 2 more. There we go. I thought that would have been enough. Okay, I guess I gotta kill. Maybe this one will give me that level up. Let's see. Here it is. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Pretty much. I think intestinal fortitude, because I love health regen. So I think I'm gonna go there. Although I should probably just increase critical hit damage, but I prefer health regeneration. And I guess let's put up armor a bit. Endurance, no, definitely not. Okay. Shit. Okay, one more potion left. Let's see if I can run towards the boss here from here. Destroy the unholy orb. Oh shit. Wow, I might die. Okay, recalled back. I might die trying to run to the boss.
We have many fine
Let's see.
deals. What are you looking for?
There's only one way to be
Our
sure.
shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset
It's
Mountains.
gonna be to run the gauntlet.
Swords,
calm
axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
32. I'm gonna go like 50 potions.
If you need something,
Maybe let's get a ring too.
if quality and price are your chief
Ring
concerns,
of protection
then look no
plus
far-
8. That's insane. That extreme mode loot in this game is insane. It's like far beyond anything else. Oh, I should have saved. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna save. I could die. This could be the end of the hobbits. Oh shit. I'm stuck. Alright, there we go. Follow the thief's trail. Oh, the trail's gone cold. Another save. What was that? Oh, the disruption Morning Star. Nah. Pass. Wow, look at all these undead. You don't notice until you see them all, and then it's like, wow, there's a lot of them. I don't think they'll follow me into the room with the boss, though. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, good thing I committed good thing I have the time. So the Orb of the Undead, you can usually finish it in 3 full rounds of attacking it and fighting mobs. Look how much damage I did to the orb. I did almost no damage. So this is gonna take a while. This is gonna be like a mini raid boss right here. Just because I'm so underleveled. I'm so underleveled. Oh shit. And its health is so high. I don't even think 50 potions is enough to do this. I'm actually gonna put the Morningstar Disruption, and I'm gonna rely on the disruption going off and just instant killing enemies. Wow, this is gonna be something else. I don't know if I can. Everybody's... I don't know if I can do this. Man, and I put on a Ring of Protection. I have plus 8 armor. I'm still taking a lot of damage. I almost didn't buy that. I thought the armor was going to be unnecessary. How wrong was I? One of the problems is that I miss. So add that to everything else, all my other problems. The fact that I'm underleveled, that my equipment is underleveled. You know, that the difficulty is spiked to its highest. Add to that the fact that most of my attacks don't even connect. So my initial... Okay, so my initial positioning, the positioning that I strive for might not matter because I'm not even guaranteed to hit. So the battle plan is all just a big enigma, you know, because it's like, I don't know, I can set my feet and try to take advantage, but I don't know if I'm gonna hit or not, so it might not matter. I just killed my first one, and it was because of disruption. It wasn't because I drained all its health. Yeah, the Orb of the Undead, this might be it. I don't know if I can actually kill this boss. I'm gonna have to... Oh, I'm stuck. I didn't even get past the first. I didn't even get past the first wave of it. Look how much damage I did. I did like this much damage. Usually you do a third. You do a third, you clear wave, you do a third, you clear wave, and then the battle's over. Based on how much damage I did to the orb, I'm gonna have to do like 7 waves to defeat it. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for tonight, guys, because I don't think I have the time to do that. It's gonna be like a raid boss. It's the closest thing I can think of. It's gonna be like a 45 minutes. It's gonna be like 45 minutes. If you die on minute 44, you gotta start over. And yeah, that's gonna be a whole fucking thing, man. I think I'm gonna have to like come back to this, or maybe even do this. I might do this boss battle off camera and upload it, because who the hell's gonna want to sit through a fucking hour? I don't want to even sit through an hour and do this fucking boss fight. It's ludicrous, dude. It's ludicrous. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna see what I do with this. I think I might just do the fight off camera, upload it afterwards. I'll put it up on my YouTube channel if somebody wants to watch a fucking 40 minutes. I'll upload 40 minutes and you can just click to the end and, you know, just to verify that it was done, right? But I don't even want to put myself through this. So, but I kind of want to see if I can do it. You know, it's incredibly stupid, but can I do it? You know. So yeah, tomorrow, if you're on Twitch, tomorrow will be the last part of Resident Evil. I'm wrapping that up. That's it. I'm at the end of the Jill campaign, so after that we're gonna do a Chris campaign, which Chris's campaign is a lot more difficult than Jill's. I like Jill's though because of the story. The story beats are awesome. Chris's are pretty good too, but Chris is more of a challenge. Jill's more of a story. So tomorrow I'll be doing that at same time as usual, around 11:30. And if you're on YouTube, keep an eye out for that. If you want to see some, like I said, some horror gameplay from earlier. So right now I'm going to do Resident Evil, and I don't know if I'm going to stay on Resident Evil or I might move on and do Evil Within, because I've got both of those and I really want to get to Evil Within. And as far as RPGs, we're just going to stay on Baldur's Gate. I'm going to stay on Baldur's Gate until the end of the month, and then I might pick up Dark Alliance, because Dark Alliance is coming out and I wasn't going to get it, but it looks better than it did initially. It's a AA game, and I didn't know that. I thought it was a AAA game. It's a AA game. So for a AA game, it looks pretty good. And I'm a sucker for the theme. You know, it's the Companions of Mithril Hall. It's, you know, Bruenor, Wolfgar. I'm all in for that. So the gameplay is looking better than the initial footage. The initial footage looked like shit. But it's looking better now. So we're just gonna keep going with Baldur's Gate, and then we're gonna switch to the faithful sequel, Dark Alliance, whenever it releases. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight, and we'll see you back here for the next Baldur's Gate. And consider checking out the survival horror stuff that I have on the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube, it's Archive Gaming. So if you're catching this on Twitch and it's already been deleted from Twitch, it'll be on my YouTube channel. So until the next video, guys, you guys have a good night, and I'll catch you on the next one.